When Jack Dawson was 10 years old, he moved with his parents to a remote village called Dunridge Hollow, a place so small it wasn't even on most maps. The air there always smelled of damp earth. The trees stood close together like silent watchers, and the sky seemed perpetually gray. His parents had inherited a house on the edge of the village, a sprawling, decaying manor once owned by a distant relative no one ever spoke of. The townsfolk called it the Wraithmoor House, and when Jack asked why, they always changed the subject or crossed themselves. He noticed it right away. Something was wrong with the house. The walls creaked at night, but not like old wood, more like breathing. Doors Jack was sure he'd closed would be wide open. His reflection in the tall hall mirror sometimes lingered longer than it should have, blinking when he hadn't. The trouble started with the basement door. It was always locked, and his parents had no key. Jack was drawn to it in a way he couldn't explain. Some nights, he'd wake up and find himself standing in front of it, with no memory of getting there. One night the door was open. He hesitated only a moment before stepping inside. The stairs creaked under his weight. The air grew cold. Cobwebs brushed against his face, and he held a flickering candle as he descended into the dark. At the bottom, he found a single chair, facing a mirror. It wasn't like any mirror Jack had seen before. The glass was rippling, like a pond disturbed by wind. And in its surface, he didn't see himself. He saw a boy who looked just like him, sitting in the chair, staring back. Then the boy in the mirror spoke. "Why did you take my place?" Jack dropped the candle. The flame went out. From that night on, Jack was never alone. He saw the boy from the mirror everywhere, in reflections, in windows, even in puddles. The boy never moved, only stared. But Jack could feel him getting closer. He began hearing whispers in his sleep, and he would wake to find muddy footprints leading from the basement to his room. Jack tried to tell his parents. They didn't believe him. Then the animals started disappearing. First birds, then the neighbor's dog. Jack found the bones in the basement, laid in perfect patterns, like some kind of twisted message. Carved into the walls were the words, "One must stay, one must go." Terrified, Jack begged his parents to leave the house. They refused. One night, Jack awoke to find his bedroom door wide open, and standing at the foot of his bed was the mirror boy. Except now, he wasn't a reflection. He was real. The boy smiled. "You took my place," he said, his voice a hollow echo. "But you didn't finish the trade. Now I'm here, and you have to come back." Jack ran. The house changed as he moved. Hallways stretched endlessly. Stairs twisted into themselves, and doors opened into the same room again and again. The walls pulsed like they were alive. He fled to the basement, hoping to trap the boy in the mirror again, but the chair was gone. In its place was a second mirror. This time it showed the house as it had once been, bright, warm, alive. Jack's parents were there, smiling, calling his name. In the reflection, he was never born. The mirror boy stood beside him. "There's still time," he whispered. "You can leave this place, but you have to take my place, just like I took yours. Balance." Jack reached toward the mirror, then stopped. "No," he said. "You don't get to erase me." The boy screamed, a sound like shattered glass and thunder. The house shook, the mirrors cracked, and Jack was flung backward into darkness. Jack awoke in the woods outside the house, the morning sun rising through the fog. The house was gone. In its place was an empty field, filled with rotting tree stumps and wild grass. When he returned to the village, the townspeople stared at him in confusion. "There's no house up there," they said. "There never was." His parents were gone. No one remembered them. No one remembered him. Jack never found out who or what the mirror boy really was. But sometimes, in glass windows or still water, Jack sees a flicker of that face again, watching, waiting. Because maybe the trade wasn't finished after all. The end. Yet, even in this apparent tranquility, an unsettling feeling lingers, as if the echoes of the Wraithmoor House and its mysteries are never truly buried.